quite honestly, we never heard of an ESOP. We didn't know what it was. We didn't know how it worked. And one of our very successful clients kind of pointed us in that direction, and they actually connected us with a consultant. He really presented a detailed picture of what ESOPs are, how they work, how they benefit the company, how they benefit the employees, how they benefit the owners, and how that could keep our company going in a way that still reflected all of our values. And that set us on the path. And here we are in 2020, and we're still working with Mike Hall, and we have what I believe is a very, very successful ESOP.
In 2009, Applied Earthworks had 3 owners who were all approaching retirement, and they started thinking about what to do with the business. They basically had 3 options. They could sell the business, they could fold the business, or they could transfer the business to their existing employees and keep it going. And fortunately for us, they chose the latter and use the ESOP as a mechanism to divest their shares.
The culture of the company has really transformed in the period of time that since the ESOP was created. Taken some time. Part of that, I think, was because we didn't fully grasp the magnitude of the change, even as we were in the process of setting it up and going through it. It took a few years for everybody to wrap their minds around that and to see the potential. And, but certainly I would say for the last 3-4 years, and definitely in the past year or so, we've seen, I think, a major shift in the culture of the company, which is nothing but positive in my view.
ESOP was new to all of us, and it took a while to really understand what it meant to be an ESOP company and what it meant for our employees to be employee owners. We spent the first several years just trying to understand the nuts and bolts of the ESOP. We wanted to make sure we were following the rules, and we tried to educate ourselves as much as possible and educate our employees. Once we got that set, we were able to focus on the next step, which was our ESOP culture. So we had to figure out how we could parlay the ownership structure and use it to continue to improve Applied Earthworks, to make it even better company than it already was, and to increase the engagement of our employee owners. This was a challenge, and I have to say it's only been in the last couple of years that I really felt like we've hit our groove. I am proud to say I'm an employee owner. I think the fundamental concept of all employees being owners of a business and having a stake in the company levels the playing field between your frontline employees and your managers. And employees at all levels of the organization can care about the direction of the company. And this builds loyalty and camaraderie amongst the staff. And it's a really good thing.
For me, the meaning and the significance of the ESOP has evolved. It's changed over time. To provide context, the ESOP was established as a mechanism for transferring the ownership from 3 individuals, Eric Johansson, Susan Goldberg, and Barry Price, who wanted to retire and divest themselves of the ownership. The financial value of the company was high enough that employees, even as a group, would be unlikely to afford the purchase price. The owners didn't want to sell to another company. So the ESOP was devised as a means of selling the company to employees, whereby the company purchased the shares and allocated those to individuals. And frankly, I found this approach to be ingenious. So my initial reaction was that of gratitude. Over time, my perception has shifted. I am still very grateful that it worked out, that the ESOP has worked out the way it did. but my perception has shifted somewhat as my number of shares has grown and as the share value has increased. My view of the ESOP is now more from the perspective of a very beneficial financial investment that contributes to my retirement.
Personally, the transition to the ESOP has been extremely gratifying to me, and I want to say here and now how much I appreciate the work of staff in making the ESOP effective and bringing this company to where it is today. It's so gratifying to me to see everyone in the company really feeling committed to the company and really starting to understand that this is their company.
First and foremost, I'm really proud to be part of an ESOP company. I love the concept of the ESOP. It's also free money, so how can you complain? And it's a great support for an employee's retirement. I love also the sense of teamwork and working towards the same goal, and the goal of bettering the company and increasing the share price.